For those of you on YouTube, good morning. What's up? Welcome back. What's up? What's up? Let me take a look at these stocks Marcelo posted here. POL, which was continuation from last Wednesday. Not looking great for me. I don't know. I think unless it gets closer to 5, it might not be worth it. The volume right now a little on the lighter side. Let's see. NXTP. Yeah, this one I like. Like this one better. And then MULN. Guys, I do have a cold, so I'm not going to be sounding like I usually would be sounding, right? Just a heads up. But anyhow, good morning, welcome back. Hopefully you had a great weekend and are ready to go on this beautiful Tuesday morning. So I'm currently watching stock ARBB, IINN, and VLCN is my top 3. I think I'll add NXTP to my recents, as this one doesn't look bad. For the daily candle, actually, let's see. Yeah, I think it's possible we could maybe see the daily candle here curl up and try to make a new high. But we definitely would have a ways to go, but we'll see if it does anything. But ARBB, as we can see here from the scans, this one is up 120%, 11 million shares of volume with about 1 million share in float. So we got a high of 267. The low point for the pullback has been 206. And it's looking decent, right? We're holding up. We're not super extended coming into the open. All those things I like. And on the daily chart, there seems to be room. Let's see here. I'd say 365 and then 480. That's going back to July 13th. July 13th and July 14th. So again, 365 and then 480. The day at 365, we rejected the 200 EMA. And then 480 is a big gap up and rejection candle. I'm seeing that all-time highs are at 540. $520, also a bit of a bigger red candle. Probably not going to be as much resistance, but I'll put it on there just for safe measures, right? I have such a bad cold, man. There's 24. Let's turn on the screen recording. Let's make sure to have that going. I still got a ton more stuff archived to transfer over from my computer or delete because I'm running out of space. So I also had all the recaps stored on my PC throughout the entire year. I don't know why, but I had that going, so I deleted all the recaps. The recaps are definitely not needed to be stored on the computer, right? They're on YouTube. I can go back and watch them on the endless cloud that YouTube provides when it comes to storage. Free storage. Anyhows, that's ARBB, IINN. IINN, this one here is up 94%. 6 million shares of volume, 8 million shares in the float. Crazy relative volume. And we've traded it before, we have it marked up. So let me pull up the chart here on E-Trade as well. So we're in a bit of a range right now. And we really need to get over 670, 675 and then 698 on the daily. Wait. Hold up. Am I looking at the right stock here? No, I'm not. IINN. I think I had INN. Okay, there we go. Much better. There we go. All right. Okay. Looks decent. There might be some room here to the upside too. I'm looking at the daily chart. 270. I think 270. Over 270 might have some room. Let's see, 320 and then 350. So and those levels don't really seem like they'll be crazy resistance. So the 200 EMA is at 134, which we're well above that level. I'm gonna get rid of these intraday trend lines. Go back and get those key daily levels. This one here at 320 though, I think I might still use because it's coming right into today's high, and 320 and 318 was the high of March 25th of this year. So I'm going to just go ahead and turn this into a blue trend line. So I have 260 mapped out. I'm going to increase this up to 270. Well, let's say I'll put it at 65. Get a bit of an average in there. But sometimes my trend lines, they don't need to be to the exact penny, but more so, hey, this area here, there could be resistance. If I am seeing resistance, ease off. Other times you just fly right through and you know, no problem. So there's 265, there's 320, right, 318, and then 354 for trend lines. There are some other levels we can map out, but I don't know if we'll get till there. For example, let's say 508, and then maybe even the high point of 624. I think 624 especially, I like. Big red candle, volume going down, going back to December 9th of last year. So that's IINN. Not looking bad. So lastly, VLCN for the watch list. This one's the cheaper stock. You know, I usually have one cheaper stock on my watch list. VLCN, we have a high point of 30 cents and a low point of... I don't know why my alarm is sounding like that now. Jeez. But anyhow, so that's the 2-minute warning. Low is at 1659. Daily chart, 200 EMAs at 370, 327. 327. And I'd love to see this back over 29 cents and then 75 cents. Those are the two levels that I like on this one here. We recently gapped down, and so that's the high of the gap. If we're to retake the initial pop off the drop, which is at 30 cents. Or I guess I should say before the drop, right? Anyhow, with a minute to go, I do want to remind everyone here that's tuning in, first and foremost, hit that thumbs up, right? Hit that thumbs up. Support the channel, support your favorite YouTuber here, Relentless Trader. Secondly, remember that day trading is risky. Remember that a lot of people are having a hard time, a lot of people are struggling, and that day trading is not just, hey, show up to the markets, get rich tomorrow. It takes time, months, more commonly years. So go slow, utilize the simulators, utilize a small amount of cash. Guarantee yourself low risk during your learning curve. Do not go aggressive early. It's not the right thing to do. We have to wait until we're experienced and competent before we go ahead and do that. So just keep that in mind. Remember, the live streams are not an invitation to copy trade. Copy trading is a recipe for disaster. And lastly, I do not invest for my subscribers. What that means is that I'll never ask you for money. I will never message you first. If there's a Relentless Trader account messaging you first right now, it is a fake account. Unfortunately, there's a ton of fake accounts. So be careful, stay safe out there, and do not get scammed. So ARBB, high of 231 and a low of 24. My nose is so stuffy. So I got small size to start, just 1,000 shares. it doesn't seem super active like what we've been seeing last week. So I'm easing off here already to start. I and N seems a little bit more active here. I think I'm going to switch to that one for now. Will we go right through 50? There's 44. Let's take a small order here. Can we hold? Oh, not quite. And it's coming down fast. Low there though is 25. Low of the current candle so far is at 30. And then a small bounce. It's a little early for that entry there, but alright. Quick stop. Small size. 26 for those lows there. Seems to be struggling a bit. Some scratch trades there to start. ARBB hype the last candle was 28. Will we see the 1 minute candle make the new high here instead? High of days at 35. Can we get a push through? It's trying. I'm waiting. Probably should have held that a little longer. I still got 1,000 shares here though. I'll pull it on screen when I can. Let's see if I can add back here if it dips. Perhaps not. Quickly, I'll pull it on screen. I'll zoom in and stuff like that in a sec. This is prime time. Sometimes I do that. You miss trades. So there's 43, 44. It's going up. Maybe we got a break of 50 here, actually. I gotta size up here. Time to bring out the big boys. Oh, look at that. 60. I'm not gonna chase it though. Look at that. Well, it might get halted up. Yeah. See, that's a little disappointing though, because the way how it breaks over 60 there, didn't get back in, so I missed out about 30 cents, 25 cents there. It's gonna get halted up here at 77. This one is gonna turn out to be the stock. And notice how the last 2 weeks, there's just been a stock every single day that's just been going up right away. Or maybe let's say within 20 minutes of the open. This is like a hot market we're seeing here. Rather than a month ago, you have to wait an hour before something moves, you know? Or maybe I'm exaggerating, but you guys get what I'm trying to say. So this is good. We're halted up. I like it. In fact, I love it, right? And I'm looking to be aggressive here on this resumption. So hit that thumbs up. I didn't see the seller actually. If there was a seller, I didn't realize there was a seller. So hit that thumbs up as you're tuning in. Hit that thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. Right now we have over 400 people tuning in. Yeah, this fake account epidemic, man, is quite ridiculous. Like, we're reporting these accounts. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say at this point. Like, this stuff is so silly. I've seen people too who my account will eventually not want to put anything negative out there, but like they'll probably ban my TikTok account soon. And then those fake accounts will still be allowed to just run around, you know. That's the nonsense of what's going on right now. I know countless people who are bigger than I am who have the same issue, and then they ban the real account, and then the fake accounts are there parading around the place. It's it's just it's so unfortunate, man. But you know, it's why I try to at least say it every day to protect the people. And I think I need to post it more, even on those pages, just so people are reminded. And I think today's a good day to just post a disclaimer again. 38.48 for resumption. So at this point, I think I'm gonna get another. I mean, this stock is a cheap stock, right? Stock is pretty cheap, I think. You know, I'm definitely gonna need to use size here if I want to make any sort of money. But I'll also have to be careful with risk. But being that the spreads are a little tighter, you know, I'm gonna go a little heavier. I'm gonna go a little heavier, and I'm gonna look to manage risk as best as I can. But I do have to understand if I'm not accurate, I'll be right back to flat, maybe even red. And I accept that risk here for the chance at greatness. It's really like the money of, like, I can't say it's not about the money, but it's not about me being greedy with money, but it's more so me pushing myself here, right? I need to push myself right here, right now. So I'll use size just for the sake of trying to be better, you know? So I'll have my base, and then you know, if we can see the dip that I need, I can look to be aggressive there in the second trade. We got about a minute and some change. Yeah, guys, so if you're now tuning in, remember, I do not invest for my subscribers. Stay safe out there. I will never message you first, like, not for any reason out of the blue, especially if it doesn't make sense. Like, if you're not someone in the Discord who's super active, like, you know, I wouldn't be messaging you, right? So be careful on Discord, other social media platforms. There are a ton of fake accounts out there pretending to be me. Also, keep in mind, right? People are usually messaging me. People are messaging me with questions first before I reach back out to them. So just be careful. Stay safe out there. If it's 5 minutes, it's coming up fairly soon here. We got a couple seconds. We're currently halted at 77. Showing 96. Here we go. And it's 10 minutes. I'll keep watching here for a couple seconds though. Yeah, it seems like it's 10 minutes. All of this is from the, imagine this entire move. It's from the 1 minute candle making the new high. You know, it's like if I could have known the stock would have did this, I would have took 50,000 shares. I'd just went crazy. I'd have maxed out my account with size, you know, like 50,000 shot size or something down there 28, and then just let this thing ride. But I'm selling as early as 33, 37, 40, just not expecting it to be this strong immediately. You know, expectations does play a big role for how long I'm willing to hold a position. And this, I mean, it's kind of extended at this point, right? So, you know, I'll have to be careful up here. Maybe it pulls back first, maybe it goes and then it pulls back. You kind of have to not get caught being too aggressive, because just like that, especially with more size, you kind of have that bit of an imbalance and you're back to flat or red. Some people, for those reasons, prefer to use one share size instead of like small size to start. They like to just start at their normal size, but I think it just comes down to preference. So just waiting patiently. Alamo in at 229. So look at that. Alamo holding shares all the way from those lows. Matt did not know markets were open on Boxing Day. Hey, this is the thing with trading, man. It's back to business. There's no extra days off here. And I have to check to see if the day after New Year's are open or not. I have to check on that. Not sure where to buy. Name, so of course, you have to be careful, right? You have to wait patiently until you see something that you know and love that works. For me personally, there's a strategy that I trade in this situation, and if I see it, I'll trade it. Whether I'm red or green, as long as I see the setup, I'll be comfortable buying it. But there's something very particular that I'll be looking for here. If anybody is new to the markets or they just don't have a strategy for trading a stock this high up, I would recommend to not even bother with it at this point in this area here. I mean, maybe it keeps going, but it's just so hard to know. It can drop down first. It can pull back a little bit first. It can go all the way back to the lows. At this point, like anything can happen. So you have to have a system for this type of move. I want to see it open up higher, either dip first and then curl back up, or open up higher, rip, and then dip, and then retest the highs. It's a very risky trade. I'm not even going to try to like pretend it's not. It's highly risky. And it's usually hit or miss, and when I hit, it's great. When I miss, it's just not great. It's as simple as that. And I can say that jokingly because I'm pretty comfortable here, right? We'll see if I'm up 1,000 after this, or maybe I get back a good amount or go red. It's all fair game. I accept the risk always. I got less than a minute. Feel good. And I like to say here, no fear, no hesitation if I see the entry for the edge that I'm looking for. 8 seconds. 7, 6, here we go. 277. 3, 2. Oh, good. Can we get a dip? Can we get that dip? Ooh, look at that. Not great. And I'll get a pretty poor fill. It's choppy. Back over 3. It's choppy here. Of course, of course. When I didn't look to be aggressive with moons. Yeah, it's a little choppy on the resumption. It's a great resumption though. It's pretty volatile for this cheap price range too. We had a high of 39. No new high right there, bit of a rejection. Not a great trade there, but tight stop. Thought we might have had a retest. Keep waiting here. Gotta be patient.
SGHTDERN
It's very volatile. It's moving fast. A fairly high hold there. Fairly high hold. This one is not easy. It's never easy, right? But this one particularly a little tricky here. No chance to really take the couple of cents there. It's back down immediately. This is such a tricky stock. And selling off. Can we get a bounce back at least here? Come on. Where are those bulls? Where are those bulls? 29. 34. Okay, there they are. 39. Finally. All too soon. There's a small seller there. 40. High of day is now at 58. So I needed to hold that position at 25 longer. There, it's worked out well, but I'm out too soon. So it'll be a bit of a high hold, though. It's a bit of a tricky trade here. $29 is the low to last. The high's at 45. The range is big, so I'm not super comfortable holding it long, like fairly high, you know. Too soon there. Probably should have sold half of that. Not doing a great job here at the lows. Yeah, not doing a great job at the lows at all. Are we going to see that new high with this volume? Is it possible? Maybe not. It's right back down.
SGHT WHLRL.
The high is at 58, the low is like about, 10, 11. I didn't do a great job at the lows here at all on this one. I think I got to be more patient and just give it more of a chance at times. And more so take that 5-minute pullback, hold for a few minutes rather than too many like scalp trades there. When the stock is ready to go up, it moves very, very quickly. Oh, okay. Yeah, it moves very, very quickly when it's ready to go up. The new candle's going to open up there with a bit of pullback. Some resistance there indeed. Trying for the breakout trade here, but it'll be tricky. 58 for the highs. We got that trend line up at 65. I don't think it's a problem just yet, but we'll for sure find out if we get back there. The new 5-minute candle is about 1 minute and 10 seconds. It seems like we're having some trouble in this area here. It's up and then right back down.
WHLRL. ADEX.
It's gonna go or it's gonna fail here. Which one? Do not take us to the depths. All you do. The volume is picking up, so it seems like it's ready to do something. But is it up or down? And it's like it's going at times and then dropping like 5-8 cents immediately. And it's kind of losing that volume. Still watching though. This is, I think, too soon. Keep waiting. Keep waiting here. I don't know. I don't know. I think with this stock, I'm gonna try to get green again and then slice down because I'm not doing a great job on the dips. So if I can catch a breakout, I'll just slice down and just try and protect the profits at that point. Sometimes with these stocks, a big loss is imminent, so I have to prepare. Mm-mm. Too aggressive on that dip there. Probably should not have taken that. It's more like a false breakout. Could have kept flushing easily. I like that it didn't fail, so it's still here in striking distance of making a new high, 70. So I think short sellers might be on the ropes here. They might cover and it might go crazy. Possible. Not quite right there though. Close. Are we gonna try again? 66. It might try again. Will we see it? Very tricky here. Very tricky indeed. Waiting. I think it's still right here. There's 90. Taking that dip. Can we see a retest of 90 and 4? Can we see 4? Can we see 4? Can we see 4? Maybe not quite. Do I try again? Oh, come on. Can we hold 95? See, I held that trade for 4 and then it's not going to go, right? It's just a little disappointing. But I got to protect the gains after this breakout. So I'm going to size down. Come down to 1500. And max size is going to be 25. And just to protect this gain here. 26 for the highs. So I've done nothing on the dips today, only breakout trades I've made money on. Not good. What it tells me is if we traded the dips well, we could have been up like 4,000 already. So we have a low of 390 here on the current candle. The high's at 26. Okay. It looks like it wants a new high. The halt level's right there, but damn, that was a terrible fill. 54. There it is. But it's not going to get locked in. It's like right back down a bit. The timing here on how it's moving is what's messing me up a bit. I'm anticipating the move, but it's taking longer than usual, so I'm kind of selling too soon. The halt is still 54. It might move higher. I didn't even bring out my big size because it just was a little too, like a little too messy. Look at this fill. Look at that nonsense. Come on, think or swim. Oh, that was good. Can we see something here? Anything, something. I think, I think I gotta do a better job protecting the gains, man. So I think sizing down here is just the way to go. Despite maybe the stock does more, I think with the nonsense of last week, we have no choice. Last week we made like 20 grand. Lost like 19,000. Unacceptable. Uh, uh, not quite. Not quite. That was close though. 54 is that high. So we got trend lines coming up that could potentially be a problem, but the stock has been very bullish. This for sure has been the strongest month of the year so far, I think. I'm getting some really nice stocks. Hopefully it lasts all the way till like February, March. I had current candles 43, the lowest 15. If that happens, it's like we get a really nice start to the year before like a slowdown, which I think happened a little bit last year too, calendar wise. It's a good hold there. That's a high fill there as I'm watching at the spread. I'll take a small loss. Low of the last is 15. We've been getting higher lows here so far. The dips, man, the dips, the dips, the dips. I gotta just be more disciplined to just be in, hold, put a stop in place. Too much scalping at the lows and just losing money slowly, bleeding out. The halt resumption was a good resumption for the stock, but not great price action for me. That was also a bit of an issue. The good things that the breakouts though, the breakouts like are going. 20 cents is like for a stock like this especially. So when we get a stock at like $10 again, we'll probably continue to see those dips at like not dips but breakouts rather of like, wow, not strong enough to get back over the level. Bills are awfully slow here. A lot of selling here, but people are buying these. People are buying it still. Wonder which way it's gonna go. Well, I don't know if it's finished or not. If it is, we've done our job here. And we have to be very careful about giving back.
ADEX.
Well, yeah, you can't really have a seller without a buyer, right? So that's a good point. There was some good buying, but I mean, there's a amount of selling there too, you know. But we have that bottoming wick there at 73, so you know, how well are we gonna do back here over this level? Not really going. Um, I want to do a rotation here to see if anything else is moving. But there we are, back over 94. It's a good push. It's a good push. Can I see 25, 30 out of this? Is it gonna go crazy? Or maybe just a couple cents? Okay, just a couple cents. I did try for break of 95 down there, but wasn't ready yet when I got in. High of the current candle is 14. I think this is a little aggressive, but it's moving up. 20. Will it just go for high of day here randomly? Is that what's gonna happen? I want to be taking small positions if it is. That way I can get something. If not, I don't mind the small losses here. It just comes down to how I see the volume going in. You know, sometimes the volume comes very aggressive. That along with a little bit of covering before you know it. Right back. So it's a good red to green here. Over 94. I'm guessing there's probably people holding at 90, maybe 85, 80. People probably holding shares down there. Got a high of 420, so that's a good push. Even if we get a small pullback here, that's not bad. I'll take 96 right there. Can we hold? Well, no, we will not. Right down to 80. So that small size coming in clutch there. It's a retest of the lows. I wanted to see high 80s, low 90s. It's going to go all the way down. So just when you think you're getting a good rhythm here, it's right back down. The low is 73. Bounced to 94. After that low of 80. So I'm in on that dip too high. The dips. My accuracy has to be at least like 10%, like on the dips. It's awful. It's crazy though, man. It's like if anybody's reading those dips like accurately, you know, the day is literally times 3. Um, so we had 84, 80, curling back up here at $4, which is it's a good bounce. The last 5-minute candle closed with a high of 20. So I think I'm gonna start watching more of the 5-minute candlesticks here. You know, can we end up getting the 5-minute candle to make a new high without making a new low? Or if it makes a new low, it needs to bottom wick right back up. Well, ultimately, can we get the 5-minute candle to make a new high over 20? And then whether it's quickly or slowly make our way back up to 40 and then high of day 50. So the question for myself is, how can I position myself here to be in for a move like that with low risk? That's the question. So I think I'll have to be patient and wait. If we can see a stress test and we can hold up nicely, that can provide something maybe, and then I can just try and ride the wave. But I'll have to do exactly what I've been saying I need to do, which is to be in and just holding to a stop that I think is reasonable and giving the stock time. At that point, I'll just have to be active. If it hits my stop, I need to get out as quickly as possible because it's showing that it can drop very fast. The last thing I need to do is lose 50 cents at this point. But I think it's looking healthy still. I think it's looking fairly decent. I'll take 80 area here. Sometimes these type of entries comes down to just like timing, you know. There are gonna be days you take it and the stock in that area starts to just, red to green. Other times you'll take it, it chops you out first, and then it goes. Other times it just fails. So you just have to be comfortable with losing something, and then it's like, okay, let's see what it does here. As long as this doesn't Titanic, I do not mind. So can we hold up here? If it Titanics, I'll be out of there for sure. $73. What I don't want to do, okay, so I need to stop out, but I'll keep watching to see if it reclaims. Yeah, it's coming down. My stop there was 65 at that trend line. We're gonna get 55, so it's definitely much lower than I would have wanted here. But I'm comfortable losing that 250, whatever that is, whatever that amount was. I'm giving it a chance. So it's gonna come down. I'm gonna keep an eye on this candlestick here, which is about to close fairly soon. What's the time? 15. It needs to give like a bigger move here. So we went lower than I would have expected. I bought back a little lower, being that it held up like 50. Like this type of position here, like I don't mind this being a break-even trade. So I'm kind of willing to see if maybe I get chopped out, like bought back. Are we gonna go? But I want to see it push with volume. We haven't seen volume up or down yet here since we started curling. So I want to wait for volume to be my indicator. We haven't had big volume here yet, so I'm still kind of just waiting. I'm gonna still pay myself though, at least something. Doesn't have to be big, but at least if it goes back to break even, I made something. So I'm gonna just wait here patiently. And again, maybe the timing on this trade here is better than the other one. And hopefully I'm selling this at $5 or something. And then I could say I was the guy who was in it $4, right? So this pullback here I think is expected, but the question is, are we going to be able to hold up? Or is it going to give back all the gains? Because sometimes right here, they right back to the lows, they go down. Other times they sustain a level, we curl back up, we get the 1 minute candle to make a new high, and then it's like we slowly kind of, get to 4, maybe a break over 4, something like that. I do want to see more volume in this candlestick here over the next 2 minutes, especially if we can get up to 90 area. Because we still ultimately want to see the candle make the new high, which would be over 401. At this point is where I start thinking of a trailing stop. But I would have preferred to see more separation here, though. So we're kind of getting another red candle, fairly soon here after that quick one. But again, I am fine with break even. But yeah, I think a small trailing stop, that way if it's to come down quickly at least, I'm getting out, ensuring I'm getting out break even here. So we'll see how well it holds up areas like this. 67, 68. Will we see buyers, or is that selling going to come in? And South got it there, 65. It's going to come down some more. But I'll keep watching again. If it holds this area, I wouldn't mind trying again. The low is at 62 for the current candle. The low to pullback is 54. So if we could have held mid 70s there, would have been good, right? Let's see if this does anything here though. Might re-average here. Yeah, I'll re-average here. Give this a sec. I don't know, it's looking a little weaker. It could be on the backside too. Maybe it's finished. Could be the case. But I gotta keep watching here until it actually is finished. If not, there could still be entries. Can we get a quick scalp here? It's a pretty high fill, but okay. It's curling. Seems like it's curling a bit. There's some hidden sellers, it would seem. Alright, waiting. 89 is that candle to make a new high. Time 10:20. It's a full retracement into the previous highs. Wedge breakout there. And now instead of like higher lows, we're kind of getting like, lower lows. And we're not able to break out of this descending, right here. We definitely would want to see that sharp red to green kind of back up like that. So maybe it's finished. Maybe. Sometimes it's just a little early to tell. I think two fair trades attempting that red to green there. Some people might argue to just take the profits up to 20 cents, but again, watching for the bigger move back to 420, 430, but you never know, right? So again, taking off a couple of shares from me at least, I feel good because really and truly, like when I'm scalping 10 cents, 5, 10 cents, hey, can I get 5, 10 cents out of this move? So when I'm in longer holding for a while, it does feel strange to just like not take anything. When I'm up 20, 30 cents, right? So BACK seems to be a good one to keep an eye on. It's been moving here the last few minutes. It's been hitting scans. All right, so pre-market highs were at 411. This one could be pretty good. Last store late to the show. The low of the last was 14. The level 2 price action isn't great so far. It's a nice move here though. There's 50, but then 43 on the bids, and then 60 on the ask. Yeah, this type of stock is just saying trouble to me. Trouble, trouble. 60, and then 50 on the bids. 70 on the ask now, 83 on the ask. 90 on the ask. The halt is at 03. Can we see? It would be good to see the halt up here. Maybe that could provide something. Is that the dip? Close to the halt up there. Should have took that off earlier. Was looking for the halt up. It was close to it. It didn't happen. It's at 528 now. No, that was a little early. It was a little early. Mm-mm. Come on, 520. I don't know if I trust this with size, man.
ID.
Can we hold the dip again? Can we hold the dip again? Okay, maybe I put a little bit more size. Bids are just dropping. It might try again here. Will we? Somebody's buying it. Yeah, somebody's buying it. Somebody's buying it. Because it just held up that dip for whatever reason. Can we see the halt? Okay, probably not. Gotta watch out for a bigger pullback. Oh, that order's there. I don't know how many shares though, so I don't want to hold it. I'd expect the bounce here. KB, are the bulls still watching here? Maybe not. Well, I did not expect to make anything over like 200 bucks. But I'll take it. This is the thing with the small size. I mean, could I have made more with bigger size? Yeah, but the small size allowed me to be comfortable just taking those wild trades there. Because of how the spreads are, I consider some of those trades like a more aggressive, with the bids kind of dropping out. I think the pullback here honestly looks healthy. So keep an eye out. Come down in size to 1,000, and then I'll go back up in a bit. Okay, that was more of an aggressive trade there. Got a decent fill coming out though. What? Man, that spread better catch itself. The bids cannot be doing that, man. The bids went from like 80 to 68 right there. Again, showing that wild side. Oh, that's gonna chop me out of this trade here for sure. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it again. But I don't know. I don't know. I'll just put a stop in place. I'll go for it. If it's good, there could be a breakout trade coming too. KB, are the bulls watching this thing still? Or am I delusional here? The low is at 67. I'm gonna add here if we break the seller. 13,083. Small size. Waiting. Okay, maybe not. Still waiting. Adding. It's gonna bring my average slightly higher, but I feel decent about the trade here. Where are those bulls? Where are those bulls? Where are those bulls? Can we see the pushback over 5? Alright, I'm out for now. When I get back in, my average is still kind of high. Are we finished? This is the thing with these stocks, from one moment looking decent to... Come on, let's see a bounce here. And we're just selling through that big buyer rather. I think maybe that's it for this one. These big pullbacks, man. And so what I'm thinking, the reason why I was looking to hold at mid 70s too was because there was that buyer, somebody was buying it going up at like 89, 95, and then $5. So I'm wondering if that person is in and they're losing right now, or they sold already on the move up. Maybe they sold already into the push. Maybe that's why it ended up being like a false breakout. That was like a decent sized buyer. I don't know how many shares, but I want to believe there was a buyer there. Anyhow, switching gears. Is there any other? Well, ARBB right back up. Look at that. Let me get this back on screen. This is a decent move here. I think for me, small size, 1,000 shares, and then unless I can get like a really nice rhythm or move, I'm not going to size back up yet. Got to continue to treat big share size as a privilege. That way I don't give back all the gains here. It's like I need to be passive aggressive rather than just aggressive. So we got a high of 96. Low of the current candle is 84. Low of the last was 69. So we came a ways away down there, curling up here. The 1 minute candle, can we make the new high? It's trying over 4. Can we see over 4? Ooh, probably didn't get it filled there. Good one at least. Can we see 405? The volume's picking up here. Surprise move to 10? Maybe not. Maybe not. It's taking too long. So maybe people on taking profits here, perhaps from the move all the way down there, like 35. or 50 area. Could be profit taking. Guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. Hit that thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel if you are a new viewer. So far, we're having a decent green day here. We'll see. You know, maybe, I mean, again, we've been in this hot market, so maybe this stock can continue, right? I'm gonna bring my chair here in a second. Just sit back and wait. Sit back, relax, and wait. And it's also the kind of market. What's going on? It's the kind of market maybe to stick around, right? There probably will be another stock today, maybe two, that will give an opportunity like BACK. It's almost likely. I can't say guaranteed because nothing is guaranteed here, but I think it's likely. So we're coming down into a key trend line here. There's 62, 60. Can we get that bounce? Can we get that bounce? Cut a scratch. I'm not sure what's going on with the fills in this stock. Are you guys having issues getting filled? We don't have a humanoid robot. Are you guys having issues getting filled? Oh, I wish I was an algo, man. If I was an algo, ARBB. You know, we had a member in our Discord that had their account taken away from them somehow, like randomly, you know? It's good to have multiple brokers, man. I think this is the time to like diversify ourselves with different brokers. Because, you know, right here, for example, why are my fills taking so long on a stock with 55 million shares of volume all of a sudden? Stuff not making sense. Is there an issue with Thinkorswim smart routing? Maybe the Citadel? Is there a signal issue? What's up with the market makers? WORX is another stock I'm keeping an eye on. That one might have potential as well. But for now, waiting patiently here to see what we can get on ARBB. BACK is still, you know, holding up fairly well, all things considered. It seems like my fills are slow in that one too. Yeah, it's a good time to diversify ourselves with different platforms. I have to be more proactive myself here. I did open up a platform with Guardian, but I haven't used it yet. So just waiting patiently here to see what we can get. I don't know, man. BACK seems like it could be a candidate, you know, as well here. ARBB looking decent as well. So as we're waiting for one of these stocks, right? Quick story time here. So last night I'm at JFK, right? I'm at JFK and I'm unloading some luggage. There's about, let's say, 18 suitcases, right? And at the time that I'm parking, all the curbside parking directly next to the curb, they're occupied. So I park, next to another car, what's the word? Adjacent, right, to another car there. The hazard lights are on, and I'm there, offloading all these 18, suitcases. So let's say maybe like 3 minutes goes by. I had some help, right? So it's not just me. About 3 minutes goes by, and this guy tries to, almost like one of those repo videos that you see. They come in the tow truck, and they just lift up the car to take it away. Can you imagine within like 3 to 5 minutes, this guy comes and puts the car on his tow truck and claims that it's unattended. Can you imagine these type of craziness here in this world? What is the world coming to? That you can't even go to an airport and unload your luggage without there being a fine, which I have to pay. Crazy world. Crazy world. Anyhow, these two stocks are kind of sideways here. I think ARBB showing a little bit more potential, being that BACK sold off up there at 60 for the bear flag. I'd love to see the 5 minute candle make a new high. Good 1 minute candle making a new high right here, leading into a bit of a push up to 85. So this is pretty good. I think I need to pay more attention to these areas. It's part of my issue at the lows sometimes. Crazy world here. Guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. Can't type. I don't know what's going on with me this last month. Everything I've typed into this Discord has had at least 10 typos. BTBT. I don't know about that one. ARBB. Still waiting here.
GMBLP.
I don't know. I don't set daily goals anymore. I tried that 1 month back in 2020. Hold on. BACK here. Big spread, big seller. Looks like it's going down. Tragic. Anyhows, ARBB. This more so seems like the one. Yeah, I don't set daily goals anymore because I don't know, man. I just think that the market always has a say. Like starting tomorrow, the market could slow down for 6 months. I guess you can say, okay, then you can adjust your daily goal to the new market. That's a fair thing that you can say, but I don't know, man. I just like to show up and whatever the market gives me, I just try to be my best. And whatever that amount is, that's what I take. too soon. I might need to wait longer here. And then when it comes to like over trading, I'll trade as long as there's momentum to trade. Because that's what I'm here to do, is to trade momentum. So if there's a day where momentum is like going all day, like August of last year, you can come in at 5 a.m. and go and leave at 7, 8 p.m. because after hours there was momentum. I trade all day long as much as I can. You know, you talk about, okay, snack breaks, things like that, but as long as there's momentum and I'm not red or struggling on the momentum, I'll continue to trade. Continue to trade. I think today I'll be trading all day. I think it's okay to have small size. Okay, we give a little bit off the top, that's all right. But on a day like today, you know, things are working well and there seems like there's, you know, good stocks moving frequently throughout the course of the day. And I believe like days like today are where, you know, it's like you could make the entire month on a day like today.
GMBLP.
It's like there's 10 watch list stocks that all did well throughout the day versus, let's say, a random day in October where it's just slow, there was just nothing. So it's like getting to trade 10 different days in one day. I don't know. There's different ways to look at it for sure. But I that's how I view it. But the goals themselves are a little, you know, tricky. Last week, if I look back at last week, I would say that I should have been up like 20 grand, right? That should have been like the goal, even in hindsight, that was not the case. That was a miserable week for me despite all that hot momentum. So the 5 minute candle here is curling down and the volume isn't super high. I'm wondering if we'll break this support here at 65. We've been getting higher lows though, ever so slightly. So are we getting a mini wedge here? This could be good if we get a sweet breakout over 90, or let's say over 4. The stock has proven that it can move, and we're only, if we get to 4, we're only 50 cents away from the highs. So it's definitely worth keeping an extra eye here. So how are we going to do at this support area? Of course, the ask, I'm trying to buy for 70 there. The ask goes up to 74. I already know where my faith will lie on that entry. Just ridiculous, man. Well, I guess I should have just bought 65 aggressively. This type of trade here is like nonsense automatically for me. It's just not going to make any sense. And I'll take a flat trade here. I just hit that twice. But it's good. It held up. And that was spread was 68 by 70 when I tried to go in. Five-minute candle definitely didn't end in great shape. What time is this? 51. Gotta wait around for more volume. I think what I might do is just I think I'll leave the dip alone here completely, and then just wait for the breakout trade if it comes. I think that might be a better approach here for myself. Settings. Let's pull this over here. Sound. Mic. I don't know why the microphone volume continues to adjust on its own, but maybe it's the settings that I have on, but it's definitely not holding up at 100%. Some of these companies did well. Oh, those are probably buyouts. Those buyouts, man. I mean, congratulations to anybody swinging those stocks like that. Down at like 20 bucks and then they're 60 the next day because of a good buyout. Job well done. The way how that can happen for us, we're not searching for that, but if we're ever taking a trade that goes into a halt, I think I've seen it only once though in like 5 years from here. Like a random, move, you're watching a decent stock, it breaks out, it goes into the halt up, and then resumes like $8, I think. I want to say like 42 or 32. I mean, that's quite the day for anybody, that's fortunate enough to be in that with any sort of shares, even if it's small size. The Discord is having one of those days here today. So doing a rotation, WORX, NXTP, IINN, just waiting patiently here, BACK, and then ARBB. We've definitely given back like 250 off the top, 300, let's say like 300 off the top, so we got to be careful here as we wait. Got to be patient. That's just going to be a false breakout there. The 5-minute candle will make the new high, right back down to the depths. I mean, things are slowing down a lot here. We might have to wait like an hour for the next wave. What I'm gonna do today is make sure that I have my I don't want to take my scanners off the screen at all. And I didn't eat breakfast today, so when I go, I have to make sure my Discord is turned on because it's gonna be one of those days where if something is moving, we got to get back into the office here ASAP. Tupperware, Tupperware, TUP, Tupperware, TUP. It's actually moving. Let's see. Tupperware, volume, level 2. Well, not all that. It's decent, but not a ton. What? Freak. That was a fake buyer. Anyhow, so we got ARBB. Of course, I'm missing this move here. False breakout again. These brute. I don't know, if this fails here, I think I'm done. I'll go get breakfast and come back. I think it's failing. Yeah, so it looks like it might be. The second false breakout again. This time it didn't go all the way down to the lows though. Yeah, I think it's time to get out of here and then wait for the second wave. If there is one, we'll see. Oh, 88, okay. So it's holding up. All these scratch losses, just using up your mental capital. 390, 95. All that for 5 cents. We're gonna try again. I'm disappointed here, but it's early. It's early. So I'll be patient. It is early here for what this could do if it happens to be strong. It's a brutal grind. Paper cuts. Waiting patiently here. The high of the last candle is 12. I think if we hold up this pullback, we should be good. I'll be watching. Definitely starting to feel the backlash, though, of not eating that breakfast. But we will push through. Taking 83. Oh, my share size. Jeez. Not what I thought it. I thought I was aiming for 1,000 shares there. We'll get the balance. A little disappointing there with that size, though. Hidden sellers at 4. And big spread. Gotta be careful the spread's opening up. Can get through a hidden seller. Volume seems to be stalling. Somebody has a dog out there. Jeez. Dog doesn't sound good. 92, 95. Shout out to all of you pet owners, man. Hard work. There's no hiding from it. I'm hoping that there's a nice sweet breakout at some point. Let's say between 4 and 450, or between 450 and 550. I just gotta try to maintain, because I'm not, like the last dip I tried was at 60, 68 when I got the high fill, 74. So I'm just gonna keep waiting for the breakout here. Before that, I attempted 65, but we ended up having a low all the way down at 53, I believe. I could widen my stops, but I don't know. I don't want to get too much into widening. I'd rather just take the loss and get back in. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, to hit that thumbs up. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Consider subscribing to the channel. We go live every weekday morning around 9:15 a.m. As we're gaining slow volume here over 95, 97, pushing up a bit. The high of the last candle is at 12. Oh, oh, I'm getting old or something. What's that? Terribly slow. It's having trouble here though. fair trades. The moment it's ready, I want to use size. I just have to continue to be patient for when it's ready. Not a moment before. I'm just waiting for that huge green candle that I know can happen. Sometimes that's how they start. You got to break up the whole dollar. You can hold the area a little bit. You start up to the high of the last candle. The 5-minute candle makes a new high. Before you know it, you're at 420. And people just start buying for high of day. But instead here, we're getting a bit of a rejection candle coming down. It's getting rejected again here at 410, 405 area. If it sells off here, I'll leave. Come back later. We'll see. It's in range. It's in striking distance here. Certainly looks like there could be something. We got 401, 237. It's not bad. Are we on to something here? Are we on to something? Waiting patiently. It might be getting ready here. Is this it? Oh, oh, oh. Big side's coming out. Do not fail. Oh, it's gonna fail. Come on. Do not. It's just that sequence, man. I was looking good. See, I don't mind losing there with size. That's where I take that trade every time. Still trying though. Son of a gun. Is that a bid? Maybe it was. That was so close. Like, if that only had worked, we'd have been positioned extremely well. It's brewing still. It's still brewing. We'll see if it does. We got to get some winning trades here, though. We've been struggling the last, like, 30, 40 minutes. Where are those bulls, KB? We have those short sellers here on the run. I can sense it. As long as we don't see a huge flush out and a false breakout, I think we might have them here in our clutches. They will rue the day that they went short down there. Hold up. Can we hold up and keep pushing? Can we hold up and keep pushing here? Just chopping me out in every trade. Too soon. Gotta keep pushing. Gotta keep pushing through this adversity here. I might have to let it go because it's like the volume is right. Maybe we need a pullback first. I'm a little disappointed, I will say. Just a little bit. Oh my god, that was awful. High is at 30, lows at 28. Waiting patiently. Can we see something? think that might be it. I've given back 500 off the top too, so I'm in on that dip lovely, but it just takes so long to bounce. I'm in at 86 there initially. The short sellers are gonna win, man. They're gonna get luckier. Coming up, we're just not seeing that push through the new high. Too much selling as we're trying to buy up those levels and right back down. I think that's gonna do it for me. I'll be back. I'm gonna get breakfast and then come back and then see what what's moving at that point. Well, I don't know. Do I keep watching this for a sec? I think that trade where I was like, just getting ready, that break of 4 to 10, it went to like 25 and I sized. That trade is usually not supposed. I mean, it's sometimes a loss when it's like a false breakout, but like in that moment, that was it. Like if that had held and went, we would have been in at like 14, 2500 size, selling at 40, maybe buying back for the new high again, more than likely, and getting halted up, something like that. But yeah, a little disappointing there to end it off. We gave back a fair amount, actually here, fair amount, not great. But that's how it goes sometimes. I think it was good controlled trading. Small size, looking for the next opportunity, but getting caught. So as long as it's controlled trading, I think that's fine. We'll look forward to some late morning and afternoon moves when we get back. So for those of you in Discord, if something starts to move, I'll record my screen again and I'll go live in Gen 1. I'll go live in Gen 1 if anything moves later today. That way the entire Discord can still come in and we can trade and watch on. But yeah, other than that, stay safe, stay green, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. If you're going to 4 p.m., remember to stay disciplined, remember to be diligent, and also keep in mind that day trading is risky. All right, so take care, stay safe, stay green. Check out those links down below if you're interested in the chat room, which is Discord, or the course links, the link for the scanners, anything else you guys can find down below. It's been Relentless Trader, your favorite YouTuber. Hit that thumbs up on the way out, and I'll catch you guys in the recap. What a beautiful